Behind me in this hotel is the lift. If I get a choice, I never walk up any stairs at the moment because my legs are usually tired. I'm off to Cartagena today because I want to see the Roman theatre. There's also a museum about the Spanish War which has shaped recent Spanish history, so I'm keen to learn more about that. So I'm hoping for a nice easy cycle ride. I say that every day. I think we all know Spain is a great cycling nation. So are we recently, aren't we, with our Tour de France winners? But there's a real camaraderie between Spanish cyclists. I've made a couple of friends who've also met the challenges of the hills, but I don't think they were quite as successful at meeting the challenges of the hills as me. Maybe that's a warning, I should take another route. Maybe this behind me isn't an English rose garden, it's the Spanish equivalent with cacti. But I haven't quite answered that question yet. Why am I cycling to the top for Team Dominica? I think 10 years ago, my wife and I were really confused about what would happen to our daughter, what would happen after full-time education finished. She was at a great school. The therapies were great, the teaching was great, everything about the school was great, but they didn't really have a plan for transition. I suppose that's the way the system works. The system works that success is if you leave a school or a college and go on to another education institution, that counts as success because there's been progression rather than nothing. But at the end of the day, for us parents, we're the ones that are most invested in our children, and we're the ones that want to see them have a rewarding life and be safe and secure. All these things that every other parent wants for their children. And so I suppose it was always up to us to find the way forward for our daughter. And in the beginning we were absolutely confused. We had no idea. And then when she was about 14, we realised that we had to address this problem. A couple of years later, Deborah started the Expanding Worlds podcast, which opened up so many doors for us. In the beginning, she spoke to just parents and people we knew, but from that, her skills as an interviewer and the leads that she got gradually opened more and more doors, and now she speaks to people all over the world with lots of great ideas that are applicable over here. It's just sometimes we keep reinventing the wheel. But anyway, from the podcast we eventually found an organisation, or Deborah did should I say, called Team Dominica. And Deborah realised then that a supported internship through Team Dominica was the way forward for our daughter. We discussed it with her because obviously it's not up to us to plan her life for her. This is her life. She has to have a say in it. And after she came down to Brighton for an open day, she was keen actually. She was very keen. And during COVID, when schools were shut down, she had an interview and she decided that she would apply to go to Team Dominica, and fortunately she was successful. So after having been through the program, which the first year is very much teaching employability skills, the second year is a supported internship in a workplace with a job coach supporting the young person. And then at the end of that, hopefully, and in this case we're very grateful to the Mercure Seafront Hotel Brighton, the employer organisation offers the candidate work. So our daughter's been there for, I suppose it's coming up to 2 years now. So it's been quite a while, and we're very proud of her. It's opened up lots of doors for her, and I suppose some of the benefits of work that we don't really think of. You know, we think of work sometimes as a bit of something we have to do in order to pay the bills, but my daughter obviously gets paid for her work, which is good because it gives her money to do things, buy clothes, go out, go on holiday with us. But the benefits of work are also, you get to engage with the world, you speak to people, and when you're in conversation with people, it inevitably comes up as small talk. What do you do? And the choice is, actually, my daughter can now say, actually, I'm a food and beverage assistant at the Mercure Hotel. I serve guests and help them with their needs, and she's very proud of what she does, and quite rightly so. So this is why I am 100% committed to supported internships, and in particular Team Dominica, because I'm grateful for what they've done for my daughter and our family and how they've changed her future. So if you are a parent and this isn't a route that you've considered, maybe give it some thought. If you want, connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm always sharing things about supported internships, but they're certainly worth consideration. So this is the reason why I'm cycling from Tarifa in the very southern tip of Spain up to Barcelona on the east coast, which I thought was going to be a lot flatter than it's turned out to be, but that's my problem and yours to laugh about. So then after Barcelona, I think the hills are going to get really steep, so I really shouldn't be complaining about anything at the moment. Apart from the one big hill and my two friends, today was a fairly uneventful ride. No off-track roading or punctures, so I'm pleased about that. I've been reading this book about Spanish history, and at the beginning there's this typography description of Spain. And it says that the average land mass in Spain is 2,000 feet above sea level. And when it gets to the Iberia Ranges, which I will have to cross at some point, it can average between 7,000 feet. So I think I've been on the beginner slope so far. If you want to follow the rest of my journey, I'd really appreciate it, and thank you for watching. Quite a straightforward run today. The main hill, as you can see, is in green, and that was only 400 metres, 1300 feet, so compared to the last few days it was fairly good. Summary after day 11. Today was 24 miles, which brings the run-in total to 409. This leaves 591 remaining.